All right, welcome back to Smoke and Mirrors. This is Rob, Dave, and Triz, and we scour the web for all the movie news so you don't have to. Welcome to all of our YouTube and Twitch familia. Stay on our Fast X tip. Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies out there. Hope you've been spoiled and looked after like you should. COVID kicked through the door this week.
Sorry?
Has it COVID kicked through the door this week?
Yes. How is that going?
Waving the 4-4. Yeah. It was shit, but it's not the shittest I've ever been. So,
Right.
Yeah. How you guys going out there?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Had a nice little feed today for Mother's Day. It was great.
I had to miss out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that you guys actually went out. It's a good day. Beautiful weather.
It was good, actually. It was nice and warm, surprisingly, in Sydney.
I was in their jumper, then I was out of my jumper. Just couldn't decide, mate.
Jesus. Inclement weather's killing me.
There you go, Triz.
Yeah, good, man. Good. What do you call it? I was feeling a little bit tired today, but no fault other than my own.
Self-inflicted there, champion.
Self-deprecating.
Hey, we are live and direct. Shout out to our Twitch people, YouTube people. We're going to kick it off now with some streaming news. I don't know if I just said that already. This is episode 82. Let's just cover all the bases now. All right. So Netflix has asked the O's from Cobra Kai that developed Cobra Kai to work on this the show called Obliterated. And what Obliterated is it's this team of they're like anti-terrorist guys basically, and they're going in to Vegas because they have to disarm this bomb. They disarm the bomb, they fucking go out and they party hard and shit like that. And then they find out the fucking bomb was a fake. So they got to find the real bomb while they're like getting over one of the worst hangovers ever. This one sounds fun.
Yeah. Does sound fun. Obliterated is what we say over here when we're just absolutely drunk.
Fucking obliterated.
I was fucking demolished, champion. It was a fucking night of it.
Demolition, mate. It was a demolition.
This should be good though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
These Netflix must really like what these Cobra Kai guys are doing.
Yeah.
Because for them to sort of come back and do business with them on another sort of IP is really good.
And I think this one sounds a little bit more adult oriented, as opposed to Cobra Kai, which is like nostalgia fueled and like kid centric.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see like if Ryan Reynolds wanted to do a series, he could do something like this. Yeah. Yeah, because this is it's a limited 45-minute series.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's going to be some money behind this though, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. It should be good. So we also have an Apple TV Plus. So these guys are coming through and they're ordering a remake of the 1991 movie with Barbara Streisand and Nick Nolte called Prince of Tides. So this was based off the 1986 book by Pat Conroy. And the whole story revolves around this man falling in love with his sister's psychiatrist. And the reason why he's going to psychiatry and receiving therapy is just because of like just a lot of trauma that was inflicted on him, like in the past when he was a child growing up in South Carolina. Now, I've never ever watched Prince of Tides before, but if it's Nolte and Streisand, it's bound to be a banger. So maybe I'll try that shit out regardless. But no, this sounds really good.
So
I wonder how this will play out.
Yeah, the only way I know this movie is because of The Sopranos. Right, so Tony Soprano is in bed with his Gumar and she's flicking through channels, and she flicks onto bloody Nolte going crazy in a room, and it triggers a memory for him about him going crazy in her surgery / room, and he starts sending her flowers with like Tide bottles, like, washing detergent and stuff like that. Hilarious.
Fucking hell.
Hey, I like Nolte.
Go back. Leave it there. I like Nolte. Greatest show on TV.
I still need to fucking watch it, man. I'll sit down and watch that shit.
It's the best. But you get hungry. You can't watch it late at night. I remember those sessions back in bloody, when was it? Like 2000?
Would have been like 2006 when we watched it.
Yeah. 2006. Jesus. We'd be up at 3 in the morning trying to, like, you know, make something or something. There was no Uber Eats back then.
Nah. You were shit out of luck.
Yeah. You didn't eat. That was it. You didn't get pizza that late. It was wild back in the day. Now, 2 o'clock in the morning, Ayo filet. You got on that triple burger there. Shout out to Phillies. So, Jeremy Strong.
Yeah.
Is it Jeremy or Mark?
Nah, Jeremy. Jeremy's the O from Succession.
Yeah, it is too.
Kendall.
Oh, the O from the gentleman that tries to buy McConaughey's weed business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So Jeremy Strong, star of Succession and The Gentleman, as we just said, gentleman. He's looking to star in this drama about the Boeing 737 Max crashes, right? So it's currently untitled, but the script sort of deals with all the different separate parts of what happened with those two crashes. So back in, God, I don't know when, but it was recent. Boeing just had planes start falling out of the sky and whatnot, and I think they're either going through or they went through this massive sort of court case with victims and all that sort of stuff to get some reparations and all that sort of stuff. So it was crazy back in the day. Jeremy Strong is going to play a composite engineer. I have no idea what an aeronautical composite engineer would do, but
sounds technical.
Sounds extremely technical. You got to be smart for that one.
Yeah.
Can't
Better fuck around.
Geek off the street. You got to be handy with the steel, you know what I mean, on your key. This is when you're supposed to say regulators, and then I'll say mount up, but you all fuck that up.
Cue it out next time.
But yeah, man, that sounds really, really cool. I like the whole different perspectives as well.
Yeah.
That they're going to go through. So it won't just be all about the composite engineer.
No.
It could be about that baggage handler on the bottom of the what's-his-face. The thrower, as they're called in Fight Club. Yeah. Doing his job.
The lawsuit as well that happens. There's like...
Disgusting, that lawsuit.
They misled the FAA.
Yeah. It was disgusting.
To say, like, nah, all of our shits was working like tip top. Mate, your fucking autopilot, like, thing was failing half the time.
It's bad.
And these two, like, technical guys were like, yes, no, it's perfectly fine. Dumbasses had to pay $2.5 billion. $2.5 billion.
That's not enough for me.
Nah. Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, man. We make that back in we're in the black that every year. Like, come on, man. We're Boeing. We got a semi-monopoly on this.
Yeah, we've been doing
money over here.
So these fucking composite engineers, sounds like these guys make repairs on the plane.
Okay.
Jesus.
But then they also need like technical knowledge as well as IT knowledge in the background too. So these guys must be like making repairs just in case or being on the plane just in fucking case.
I always think about those pictures where you just see like the duct tape on the plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about DiCaprio, how that wing just exploded, the engine just exploded while he was on the plane. Yeah.
I will never go on a Boeing now, ever.
How do you know? You'd have to specifically say, I want to fly in an Airbus every single time.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do that. I don't need that like black cloud of like Boeing hanging over my head.
I just want to fly private just once in my life.
Oh man.
Oh fuck yeah.
I sit and smoke in that plane. I don't know.
Feel like that.
Dust the PJ off.
Feel like that just flies private, goes high altitude just so he can fucking work out on the plane while it's flying.
I thought you were gonna say like he's just wasting chicks in the plane. The way you was like heaving.
Wait. Because I saw a video of him and he's doing fucking dips in between the seats, like full weighted and everything.
Yeah,
This was a big cunt too.
I don't want to be in the plane with you all musty, my guy. Dude.
Fuck that plane and stink afterwards.
Man.
Can you imagine this sitting down after the session? You want a champagne? You're pouring it now.
Protein shake, fellas? Yeah. Open that door.
Janelle Monáe is going to play Josephine Baker in De la Resistance. I'm not too sure what streamer this one's on. I think it might be Netflix. But she was one of the most glamorous entertainers, but she was also one of the first people of color on a major motion picture. But she also helped the French resistance during World War II. And was awarded multiple honors by Charles de Gaulle. So it's one of those stories where, and we've seen a couple of these come out the last couple of years where they were an actor,
yeah,
but they were also a spy or did something in World War II.
Yeah, Mrs. von Hammerschmark. That's why what's his face Goebbels gets so mad in that scene. It's because when Shoshana says something about we've got a library of so and so's films, the person that she's talking about was a spy.
Oh shit!
Yeah. The Nazis were hunting her. Yeah, she had to flee to the U.S. Yeah, but she was a spy for the U.S. It was wild, and she was an actor.
Shit.
Yeah,
should be good. Should be good. It's good. Janelle Monáe's moving on up in the world there.
Yeah, man. Supposedly she had an album come out recently that was fire as well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and that's it for streaming news this week.
Yeah. So moving on to our film news. What you got for us there, T-Dog?
Yeah. So we have the original Transporter director. So as we know, Justin Lin's completely departed Fast and Furious. Well, Fast 10, I should say.
Dearly departed.
So we've got, is it Louis Leterrier or is it Louis?
I would say
Louis.
I would say Louis because he's French.
Yeah. He is French? Okay. Yeah. So Louis Leterrier is now going to take over. So I'm really surprised they actually got a fucking director this quick. So I don't know if there was talks in the background. They were just like, hey, Lin don't seem a little hot for this one. But yeah, as well as that, we finally got some light shed on what had happened with Justin Lin departing Fast X, which is good as well. So sorry, I'm just making sure I catch fucking everything here. But with Lin, there was just a lot of disagreements on set as well. And as well as that, we know, with Diesel's involvement into the film, he wanted to get, I think it was Mia into the script because she wasn't in there before.
Yep.
Yeah, and things like that. So there was, bits and parts of, having a major disagreement with Vin Diesel, which led to, the the meeting and then the departure from there. And then, like Lynn says, he tried to draw lines in the sand when it came to everything that was occurring there as well. So for me, like, going through it just sounded like there's a lot of fuck shit that went on in the background with like Vin Diesel being like a bit of a diva when it came to this shit and not letting Justin Lin sort of push this where it wanted to go.
Yeah. I actually don't mind that Diesel pushed back on the Mia character actually showing up in this one. She's been in it from the first one, and then she had to sit out. Why not kind of have her in there? But like, they have to greenlight budgets. Like, when they greenlight the film, they have to, like, that's when they come up with the budget. And like, if Diesel's going, now we're going to change locations. It's not going to be in Europe anymore. It's not going to be like in this certain place because I just don't want it to be. It makes it a really expensive film. I don't know if he realizes that he's changing his bottom line. Because now the box office, they have to make a lot more to recoup it back and for it to go into a profit. It's the pressure of it being the last one.
Or the second last one.
Yeah.
The thing that's like going into this, like, with like Vin Diesel's brand as well moving forward, like, it kind of makes me wonder, like, actually no, he got the group money, he got the Disney bag, so he's all good. Because I was thinking, like, what if this like tarnishes future roles for the O once everything's dead and gone? You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, the O probably got money forever regardless, so he doesn't really give a fuck.
You'd hope so.
But yeah,
you'd hope he's been smart with his money. I laughed before because I just saw Diesel dressed up like Rufio, like drawing the line.
He's still bald, but he's got like the red and black sideburns, the wings on him.
Look like a fucked up emperor penguin.
Oh man. So I was on IMDb because I was wondering about this as filmography, right? Yeah. One of his quotes was that Vin Diesel, after Pitch Black, they wrote 3 Riddick stories. One was obviously Chronicles of Riddick, and then the second one, Riddick, and then there's a third one. Anyways, he gave the first binder to the studio. He put them in leather binders with locks on them. And he gave all the binders to the studio, right? But only gave them the first key. Why does that shit make me laugh?
The thing that sort of fucks me up is why I go through so much security when you know a motherfucker will just cut through that leather and get to the fucking...
What is he thinking, this guy? This guy, he's too big for his boots, this guy. That's what it is.
There's too much cloak and dagger with Diesel. Oh, there's too much of like that mystery that he wants to kind of get caught up into.
Yeah.
But like, the thing with Diesel is that he wants to be this mysterious, but then the motherfucker want to dance to Drunken Love on camera, like, for live, you know what I mean? Like, which one are you trying to be? You trying to be open or you trying to be closed? Like, there's no in between.
Diesel, for me, is literally a really, really popular, high-earning Peter Andre. Like, that's what he is to me. I don't see him as, like, a super mega star that you have to do like a movie with and people are clamoring to do movies with. I think he's that guy that's like, you know, fuck, he's had a few pop hits. That's how much of a star he is.
Yeah.
And now the cunt's doing the same face on every poster.
But anything else that comes out doesn't hit for Diesel.
No, it doesn't.
These movies only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. See, that's what I mean, man. Like, I don't remember much Diesel fare except for Groot, the Iron Giant, Riddick, A Man Apart, which is a banger, and then like that's
Triple X.
I rewatched that movie, A Man Apart.
I wasn't.
It's not that good.
Really?
No.
Fuck. Had that 2004 glamour.
Do you know that he gave James Wan such a hard time on what's his face on Fast 7? or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fast 7.
Yeah.
Or 8, which God knows which one it is. That the studio was going to give him equity, like an equity deal, and he turned that shit down. He was like, I can't do this again. I will never, ever do this again. That's how bad it was.
That's fucked up.
Because not only is he trying to get this film done after the tragedy of losing Paul Walker,
yeah,
Diesel was being a little bitch on the set as well.
Fuck.
I think he only shot 60% of that movie or something, Diesel. The rest of it is all his stand-in. That's why they shot him from behind for all those shots like that. That's why he looks CG sometimes, because he wasn't physically there.
Jesus.
He'd just stay in his trailer and then only come out when he had a really great idea, and then they'd have to change it up, what they were shooting. Yeah, he's a dick, man.
Fuck that.
Someone needs to, they need to have a clause in there where it's like, if Vin Diesel has an idea, he needs to go through the gauntlet of fighting 3 UFC fighters at the same time. And if he wins, we get to implement the idea. Because I fuck him up on GP.
Calling the Rock. I just tell him, I'll call the Rock right now and watch him bitch up.
I don't fight family.
You fight like a bitch.
That's what I do. I'll call the Rock right now and see what he's doing. He'll replace you in a minute. You would. That's why Universal loved doing that spin-off with The Rock.
Yeah.
Because The Rock is so easy to work with.
Yeah, but he's professional.
Exactly. And Diesel isn't. That's what his problem is. Diesel is a diva.
Yeah.
And he can't be a diva because he doesn't have that diva energy. Like he don't bring enough to the table. What does he bring besides his name? He doesn't bring star power, obviously. He had a fucking movie with bloody, what's his face in there? Michael Caine and him and everyone in there, and it still didn't hit.
Bloodborne? No.
The other one.
Last Witch Find. Witch Hunter.
Yeah. Like he had all these great actors in there and still couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me,
Go.
No, I was just going to say you're right. Diesel doesn't have the fucking star power, and dude just needs to fuck off.
I'm pretty sure he's not that big a producer for the project either, to be able to swing his dick around the way that he's doing. It doesn't make sense. What's his face? Morgan and them, Chris Morgan and whoever, they should have put him in his place. Straight up.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we've been ranting. It's the second week in a row we've been ranting about old Diesel.
Fuck Diesel, man.
He's a wanker. But yeah. All right. So Peter Landsman. So this is the guy that directed Concussion, and that's pretty much it recently.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah, Concussion. He wrote a bunch of things. He wrote that Mark Felt movie, the one with Taken, Liam Neeson in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote that movie. So he's gonna direct his next movie called The King of Oil. It follows Mark Rich, who was he's the founder of Glencore, which is this massive oil company in the US. He's also an international commodities trader as well. So, he's buying up resources. He's doing all that stuff, right? So this is about him basically copying 65 criminal, counts in the US for tax evasion, bloody wire fraud and racketeering, which is always nice. And to even him striking a deal with bloody, what's his face, Iran during the Iran hostage crisis, which is absolutely wild when you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like he had already he fled the US and everything, went to Switzerland, never returned, but he received a bloody pardon from the old Bill Clinton in 2001 before he left office, which is wild. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like a full on like you out.
Yeah.
Basically a comeback home.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
All right.
Something smells like kind of fishy there.
Well, if you knew, I mean, who was up after Clinton? W. Yeah? W was up after Clinton, and then after that would have been Barry. Would have been Barry, and then after that, I mean, 12 years later, people have forgotten about old Mark Rich.
Yeah.
They wouldn't bat an eye if they were sort of, funneling millions and millions of dollars into Bill Clinton's wife's campaign.
Yeah.
Especially with some guy that knows how to, avoid taxes and wire fraud and all that sort of stuff. Like,
that was some wild shit, man. Shit gets deeper.
Yeah. Here comes a Grim Reaper. Right. What's his face? You know how big you have to be able to sort of garner a deal with Iran, with the country. This is not like another company. This is a country that you're like, hey, let's do business together. Like, that's wild, man.
Fuck.
It's amazing. Damn. This sounds like it'd be a really, really good story.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if Marty was doing it, Scorsese.
And
if it felt like that Wolf of Wall Street sort of deal.
Yeah.
Because the only deal we get to see them do in there is the what's his face? Steve Madden.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're gonna show like what he was doing in that exile.
In Switzerland.
Yeah.
Banging. You would have had a shit ton of money, B.
Been living large, man. Shit.
Especially in Switzerland.
Absolutely living.
Yeah. Like the money, the US dollar over in that time, so 2001 around there, would have been crazy.
Yeah.
And Switzerland, who's famously kept out of wars altogether, there'd be no reason for them to check there or, any of that stuff.
No. He would just be a free agent over there.
I wonder how much money he lost though when the US moved into the Middle East though. It'd be
true. Yeah,
a lot of money. But yeah, so Matt Damon was previously attached to play Rich back in the day, but yeah, that was over at Universal and doesn't look like it's going to happen anymore.
See, I don't even know if he's like the right age anymore.
Matt Damon. Could be.
Never know
how old Mark Rich is.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He plays the businessman really well though. Like he did in what's that movie that came out on HBO Max? The thingy one? Guy who did Logan Lucky? Steven Soderbergh? The new one that came out with From House of Lies.
All the sudden move? No sudden moves.
Yeah. Thingy when he's in there.
Yeah.
Plays that well.
Yeah.
So
slimy
should be good.
It was good in Ford vs Ferrari as well.
Yeah.
It was good.
Plus that new Nike one that's coming out too.
It's probably why he can't do this.
Yeah. Busy man. It's Damon. That's it.
Live it.
That's it. That's all of our film news this week.
Yep.
Now it's time to fan the hammer. All right. So John Woo is going to helm The Killer reboot at Peacock. Lionsgate films from their theatrical releases will now come to Peacock after they wrap up their theatrical run. Bel Air has proven a massive hit for Peacock. Ewan McGregor is open to more Obi-Wan should a story present itself. Viola Davis's character, Amanda Waller from Peacemaker and Suicide Squad, should be getting her own series, which will pick up after the events of the first season of Peacemaker. James Gunn has confirmed that Guardians Volume 3 has wrapped, and Jennifer Holland, who's his girlfriend, has been added to the cast. Jurassic World is getting a China release. However, Doctor Strange is not, for some weird reason. The reason behind Black Adam getting delayed has been confirmed by Hiram Garcia, a producer on the film, who said that because of the pandemic and the visual effects houses shutting down, it's just delayed because they've got a backlog. Warner Brothers has won the rights to Jason Momoa's The Executioner, a revenge thriller with no other plot details, and Jason Statham and David Ayer are going to collaborate on The Beekeeper, which is also another revenge tale. Mm-hmm. And for the last piece of Fan in the Hammer news, Gary Oldman has confirmed or said, I could possibly retire after Slow Horses. Just play this character until
Slow Hose.
Slow Hose. And just play this character until and just play this character until I eventually give it all up. And that is fanning the hammer.
Gary O on the Slow Ho Show.
You know what's fucked is that over here we'd call him Gaza.
Fucking hell. Aldi, as gone.
Yeah, all right. So we got a couple of trailers there as well. So we got our first look at Don't Worry, Darling, Olivia Wilde's thriller with Florence Pugh and Harry Styles and Chris Pine. Got our second look at Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is looking fire, but it's so close and it showed you so much nothing that you don't know where to put it together yet. That looks good, though. Got our first look at the Interceptor, which just looks fucking trash. I'm sorry, Elsa Pataki. Normally I would show up, but this, it could have been Under Siege.
Yeah.
It looks like up to shit.
True. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it just felt off.
Yeah. It really did.
It's not the fact that she's a woman or anything. It just looks like even Under Siege had a little bit of bloody, believability to it.
Yeah.
I'm just a cook.
Just
yeah, this is I totally didn't realize that the main villain is Luke Bracey as well.
Yeah. Is it Aussie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bracey.
I was really looking forward to it, seeing something, and then I seen it, because we had reported on it. And then now, we're finally having a look, and no.
But I thought this was the one that was set in the ice. Well, that's the Matthew Riley book, yeah?
Yeah, that's the Matthew Riley book, yeah.
Yeah, that's Ice Station.
Yeah.
And Matthew
that should
Riley,
be fire.
Yeah. But Matthew Riley is actually directing this movie.
Is he?
Yeah.
It's this fucking no. Sorry.
Oh, man.
It's you, eh?
When you said Luke Bracey, I was like, what the fuck is that name? And then I was like, oh, the Owen Hacksaw. The fucking mad cunt in Hacksaw.
Yeah. But he was also in Point Break.
Yeah. Johnny, you know.
Jeez. We also got our first look at George Carlin's American Dream, which looks unbelievable. So this is it documents George Carlin's his rise to fame, doing stand-up back in the day in the 50s, and what his stand-up routine was there, back then, and then how he changed it up and became this rebel kind of hippie, and how he stood in in the face of producers and said, nah, network TV can handle this sort of comedy. They threatened to arrest him, take him to court, all sorts of shit, but he just kept bringing like some of the harshest shit to the stage.
He was arrested, I think.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's got like the usual comedians coming in and kind of giving their testimonials on him. They're all saying is like, one of the greats. This looks cool, man. Really excited for this.
George Carlin was a machine. To see him go from like doing that clean cut comedy on Carson and stuff like that, and
yeah,
I mean he was one of the biggest like what's it called? I forget the word. The biggest compliment you can get from Johnny is after you did your set, he'd ask you to come sit down. So he didn't do it for every comedian. Only the ones that he found was funny. You'd get an extra couple of minutes to sit down and talk to Johnny.
Yeah,
about like where you're from and how it influences your comedy and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
he was one of those guys, man.
Yeah.
He's a machine.
This reminds me a lot of Pryor. Pryor started in that sort of circuit as well. Very family friendly, doing like, the jokes that kind of everyone was doing around that time. Clean. And then just like him going off the rails.
Yeah.
So he was fucking arrested in 72 in Wisconsin because he calls it the 7 dirty words routine. Well, he called it the 7 dirty words routine that you can't say on TV. Got fucking walked out, man.
I mean, unbelievable that set, right? Because he comes out and then he's got a blackboard behind him and you see all of the words, those 7 words. So I think it's fuck, shit, cunt, bitch, bastard, and 2 more. That's on the blackboard.
Cocksucker and tits.
Yeah.
That's the other one.
Yeah. So good, man. Carlin was an absolute legend. He's the best.
Yeah.
The man would somehow put out an HBO special every single year without fail. You can expect near Christmas a Carlin special to come out on HBO.
Yeah.
And he did that right up until he died.
Yeah.
Yeah. From what I hear about Carlin, like he just had his ear to the ground all of the fucking time, and he was always around these comedians, and you just knew he was naturally funny. Like this was the other like akin to Chappelle, where he was just funny all the fucking time.
Yeah. And ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart. Unbelievably smart, this man.
Yeah.
Like the some of his takes on government and all that sort of stuff can be applied today. If you wanted to, you could take a snapshot from Carlin doing a bit in the 70s and it'll play out perfectly to today's audiences because the same shit is still going on.
Yeah.
Amazing. Carlin.
I don't even know when that's coming out.
Neither.
Hopefully soon. I want to see that shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. But the trailer I picked for the week, and this one was like a passion pick for me. So it was Weird, the Al Yankovic story. So this one is the biopic about Weird Al Yankovic. So this is the one that Daniel Radcliffe, D-Rad as I like to call him, is a part of playing the iconic character. This one looked pretty cool to me, man. Fucking looked like it was going through all of his concerts, things like that. He does the cover of Like a Virgin, I'm a Surgeon, and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's
this will probably
detail got the music.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah.
What do you call it? But the reason I fucking loved this was just I was a huge Weird Al Yankovic fan back in the day because, like, Jarvis and I, my best mate, like, we used to fucking just riff that all the time. It was fucking excellent. I still know all the lyrics to White and Nerdy.
Shit is nerdy.
I like
so good.
I'm trying to get into the trailer and the look of Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic, but I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't see anything more than Radcliffe with the curly perm wig. And it's like it just sticks out to me so much. like, I think that when I watch the movie, that's when it'll just like, okay, shit. Shit's real.
Right.
Real for you now, boy.
How fucking
have his Jules moment, and it just didn't go off.
fucking how shredded is Daniel Radcliffe in this fucking movie though?
No way. A bit of a bulk on him. I did a bit of a cycle there.
Julienne salad. Man, it's huge. But no, I'm excited for this. Fucking, I can't wait. There's bangers that came out from Weird Al Yang.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking excellent.
It did. And my pick for the week was, surprisingly for me, was The House Dragon. So HBO finally released a second trailer, a full trailer, The House Dragon. This looks really, really good. Characters look really, really good. What's-his-face still looks funny to me with that long silver hair. Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Very Legolas vibes.
Yeah. It looks funny. It just doesn't. It looks like it looks like a wig.
Yeah.
It doesn't look natural.
Yeah. Like his face doesn't suit long hair like that.
Well, even like, I mean, I never thought that Cavill could do the long hair for The Witcher, but
Same.
It looks like the Cavill. It just looks like their makeup guys were better on The Witcher than.
True.
That's what I was going to say. Remember the first photo we got of fucking Cavill, and I didn't like the hair, but then as soon as he got like dirty, like it was fine, like it looked good. But this just.
Hey, yeah.
Nah, yeah, I remember that. I remember that photo test as well. That was disgusting. They put the brand new wig on that. I didn't muss it up. That was so disgusting because he looked like a freshly like sort of fucking brushed horse because he was like, huh?
A horse tail.
Yeah, because like he was standing like with his back towards the camera, and it just like looked like you just hop on that nose back and ride.
Pause. Like the hair, like you need to get like a moon pie and really like scrunch it into that shit for it to look real. You know what I mean? Like you need to throw a piece of mud in this face.
Hey, what's that on your face?
Just fucking rinse it in like an orange when you're fucking draining it.
We're gonna insert that moon pie scene from from the Green Mile.
I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, but yeah, man, this looks great. It looks so good. You get to see dragons, so I'm happy. They are Targaryen, so I was expecting it. Yeah. What else? You get to see them. I mean, this is the time when Targaryens are running the shop. Yeah. Right? So they are on the Iron Throne. Mm-hmm. The Mad King hasn't gone mad yet. Yep. Yeah. It just looks cool, man.
And you see Rickon Stark as well. Risa Farnes is in there.
Yeah. It always kills me in the series when Jamie's like, What's your name? Rickon? Dickon, sir. Yeah.
What do you call it? Is Charles Dance in here? Like, is Tywin back? No?
This is like 10,000 years before.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched the last, like, 2-3 seasons of Thrones.
So the Targaryens ruled for a long time.
Yeah, this is that, like, the peak of, like, the incest nation.
Jesus.
Yeah.
There would have been a lot of fucking Black Air Force activity out here.
Yeah, it was crazy. The what's his face was yeah. But it's good though. You can see why they needed to introduce some new blood into that bloodline, especially with bloody, John and all that sort of stuff. And yeah.
Well, what's his face? Like you see and hear the start of the rivalry because you get King Viseron, whatever. I think that's Paddy's character.
Yep.
And he's handing the throne down to Viseria or Viseri, something like that. And then it's Matt Smith's character that's like, nah, I want that throne for me.
It's mine, baby.
Let me play.
Doctor Who on that throne.
D who?
Poor bastard. He just walked away from that. He just said, nah, I'm only doing one. And that was it.
For
Doctor Who.
oh,
He just stipulated, nah, I'm not coming back. You get a new Doctor.
Oh, shit.
jeez.
I thought that was a thing. I thought it was like, oh, you do one season, then we change doctors.
No. They've had the woman now for like 3 seasons or whatever it is.
Oh, shit, you're right, eh?
Yeah.
David
Because they had
Tennant,
Eccleston for a few seasons as well.
They only had it for one.
Eccleston did the same.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, that's enough for me, thank you. I'm going to be Maestro or Mysterio or whatever his name is in bloody G.I. Joe.
Eccleston got to eat, baby.
Eggs are rotten, aren't they? That's how I best know Eccleston, just for that.
Well, we thought the salt would cover it.
That's it for film trailers this week.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
All right. Kicking it off with the entertainment news. So, over the weekend, there was some shit that went down in Netflix's first comedy festival. For fuck's sake. And it's involving Chappelle. So, Chappelle got tackled. We've all seen that. Jamie Foxx helped to pull the show off Chappelle and calm the crowd down. But apparently, they all went backstage and beat the absolute piss out of this guy, including Busta Rhymes, who was there. This guy was all fucked up.
It looked like bloody what's his face, Higher Learning. Where you just come out of the sky.
I literally pictured him walking in doing the ya 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 ya. Oh shit!
I don't know how this guy got through security. He had a gun that could shoot a knife.
It can't shoot the knife. The knife just flicks out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he had like that fucking knife gun or something like that. Like some James Bond fucking weapon. Oh, man.
You know.
How the hell do you get it in, though? That's the thing.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
How do you get it in? Because if you can get a knife in there, you can get a gun in there.
That's right.
And if that guy had a gun, Chappelle would be dead today.
Yeah. Every comedian that I've seen talk about this, they were like, they've just beat him up like that. Every comedian. Yeah. So he knows not, like, everyone knows you don't fucking run up on people on stage.
You've seen it, man. You can see it. So after he tackles him, just after, you see all of them just surround him, man.
Yeah.
And it's just, no, it's on. Now it's on. Now we're going to show the world what happens to you.
Yeah. That's dumb shit, man. People gotta, like Will Smith could get away with it. That was at the Oscars. You, ordinary Joe in the crowd, you aren't getting away with shit. And you're gonna get fucking, like Chris Rock had a fucking a point to prove there. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Rock got some bad shots in.
You got his lickings in.
Yeah, badly. For the Oscars, motherfucker.
Takes off the cast.
Takes off. I would use the cast. The dangerous weapon. I'm assaulting people with dangerous weapon, my friends.
That's club arm, you know what I mean?
Chappelle was on Ebro the other day, and he's still doing fucking shows as well. Like the night before he went to go do the Ask Me Anything, the AMA with Ebro, he was fucking there, and he was like, "Yeah, I went to so and so down the way last night. That's why I'm tired today." So this guy is still doing sets regardless. Like, it hasn't deterred him.
Yeah.
I mean, Chappelle, they calmed everything down. They got the guy out of there. And Chappelle, like the professional he is, continued on with the show.
Yeah. After
shame, man.
After Chris Rock said, "Was that Will Smith?" After fucking like Chappelle was like, "What did he say? I always wanted to stomp a guy, stomp the shit out of someone."
It was hilarious. He was a trans man. I felt his hair. It was spongy.
Absorbent.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So there was a statement that came out afterwards, right, from Chappelle's camp, and basically it just said, "Hey, Dave is now, after the 4 shows he's done at the Hollywood Bowl, which is a 70,000 person capacity stadium, he's like sold out. He's tied with Monty Python in terms of filling that stadium 4 times. And this person running up on stage wasn't going to take away from that at all."
No.
And that's what, like, I think like people just got to back the fuck off now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's exactly like Chappelle said. You are never getting your fucking money back. You might as well put on the fucking show. Continue.
And Netflix also responded basically by saying, like, you know, it was a massive success.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to do that, and they're going to do more.
And he sold out that bowl 4 times. Yeah, he's flying over. He's in New York right now. He's doing 4 shows that are pretty much sold out at Radio City Music Hall. I mean, bloody. I'd pay so much money right now to be there simply because Black Star just released their new album. Yeah, you know that he's going to have Talib and Mos there.
Yeah,
like, and it's going to be insane.
Yeah, that'll be a
6,000 people per show. It's intimate, but it'll be fucking excellent there in Radio City.
Schultz just did it. Schultz just sold out bloody Radio City twice.
Fuck.
Like, yeah, it'd be so cool, man.
It's not fair that they have all these venues and stuff over in the States, and like they can go see them.
That's my biggest thing. Like that's the only thing that would get me to move over there from here. Like, I enjoy my freedom over here much more, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. See, this is why the PJ turns into a super viable option, because then you'd be like, just catch a show at Radio City and then just come the fuck home.
Yeah.
It's a house every time you fly and come back.
I'll be Oprah rich.
$400,000 and fly from here to LA and back. Yeah, it's $180,000 each way. I did the math. I'll just a nice first class ticket though, like, you know, or business class, like
yeah, on like Singapore Airlines or something like that, where they have the suites.
Ooh.
Champion,
mate.
Well, we got the bed and everything. I was just sleep, well rested by the time I get there. Oof, just in time for the show. Let me just clean up a little bit.
Get me a blow and go or something.
As soon as you said blow and go, I always thought of that fucking Owen True Blood that cops the gobby, the vampire, the ball.
The gobby.
Cops the gobby.
What do you call it? So staying with Netflix. So Netflix has been sued by this Texas-owned company, which will be held in San Francisco, I believe. And so what they're saying is that the reason why they're suing is because Netflix did not disclose their true numbers for their first quarter. They're saying because Netflix had their first loss in 2022 for their first quarter. And that's why they're fucking suing these guys. Fucking, so they didn't disclose anything in regards to why. And that's like, you know, another reason why. But from what I'm seeing from like Netflix and things like that, Netflix is saying that, yep, we have like come to a loss this quarter. And this is due to, you know, the sharing passwords thing going down, so we have a lot of subscribers, as well as that we have a lot of competition on the horizon as well with everything going on. So it just sounds like a fucking wild thing. Like, I never understood the reason to like sue someone over a loss of a quarter, but yeah, shit is fucking wild.
Basically says, like, if I'd known, I would have taken my stocks out and sold while they were higher.
taken my bloody wall and left.
Yeah.
For one quarter, Netflix is still making bank, son. You know they come back with more.
That's right. But Netflix stays in like this continued debt. They always borrow like a couple $1 billion. You know what I mean?
But like with their material, like fucking with how much media they're putting out, how much content they're putting out, fucking no one just has a cool like $4 billion on deck. Plus, it's good for your credit ratings if you're like taking out debt and paying that shit back too. So as a business, fucking why not?
Yeah.
Had the money for Twitter, right? 44 billion, obviously. But he still went to one of the banks in the US and he was like, I didn't even need to ask. They had the money ready for me.
If we could all be Elon Musk.
One day.
So what he paid to buy Twitter is what they were asking to stop world hunger.
Yeah. You realize before this, though, he paid how many? $5 billion, $8 billion he donated to charity?
Fuck.
Yeah. Certain charities. He's a smart man.
Yeah.
Because he knows that certain charities, those big charities that you guys see, World Vision, all that sort of stuff. Yeah? You know, they take 80% of that money?
Yeah.
80 they take.
You know what's like crazy to me is that World Vision went from $6 a month to, at a minimum, $30.
Jesus.
And even then, it's still fuck all that you're giving to these, like, you know, these poor kids that are struggling. Like, 80% of $30 is what? $6. You give $6 to the people and keep 24 for yourself.
It's all a scam, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's all a scam.
Just a coffee a day.
Yeah. And just for a day, you can feed, what's his face? It's always an African country as well. But when you actually talk to the people in those countries, you realize nothing's happening there.
Yeah.
Like there's been people that have been from Ethiopia and Rwanda and all those sort of countries. They see ads like that and it's like, but I didn't grow up like that. Like,
there's this guy at work. I was talking to him, right? Because he's like, he said, 2 barbershops in South Africa. And that's how we connected. This guy's from the Congo. Anyways, he said, when I was back home in the Congo, I didn't have, there's people there that don't have money to go out there and buy like massive things, but they have food to eat. They don't have jobs and stuff, but they have food to eat.
Yeah.
He said, I had to come to Australia to realize that, like, to get the feeling that I was poor.
Yeah. But you know what it is over there, though, yeah? It's the village, man. They realize, they understand that village mentality is still needed. It's still necessary.
Yeah.
If one can't eat, someone else in that community says, "Hey, I got some food. I can feed you. Like, take this, take that, take this." We here are too separate.
Yeah.
We've lost that village mentality. We're scared of strangers. We're like, we don't know the people that live next to us. Like, it's crazy, absolutely crazy.
It's true.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And that's it. That's all the news this week.
Yep.
All right. What'd you guys, we had our last episode of Moon Knight.
For now.
I know.
Liars, man.
They want that Emmy so bad. I love the episode, man. But the only thing is, the thing that I didn't really like is that one of the more interesting aspects of the show ended up like not getting explained. Like I wanted to know more about Jake Lockley. I thought that was the missing piece, and it did. It ended up saving them in the end.
Yep.
But like, introduce that character to me. You know what I mean? Like, where's the drama with that? I know that they wanted to keep the story between Steven and Mark, but Jake was the other component that kind of needed to happen. And we get him in the after credit sequence with no promise of when we're going to see Moon Knight again.
I know. Can you imagine if Jake was the one that killed the brother?
Brother. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That would be fucked up.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
I'm writing the script, my friend.
But like the villain.
Make it happen. How did he separate himself?
How did he make himself unknowable?
But Stephen and Mark are contained in the one body. How did what's his face separate himself?
But I don't know,
It's funny.
But he
sounds like Mark has another. It sounds like there's another brother or something like that, which obviously isn't true.
Yeah.
So unless what's his name? Khonshu released just Mark and what's his face? Mark and Steven.
Yeah.
But he's still controlling. What's the other brother's name?
Jake.
Jake's body, right? So those two are still in that dream world then. And he's out there killing and dealing.
But it's funny that Mark, I think, is his father's heritage, but his mother's heritage is Jake.
Yeah.
And then Steven is like the made up one. So
Yeah.
He's obviously completely different.
Steven was probably his brother. Yeah. He's the softer one. He's the nicer one.
Yeah. The more organized one.
Yeah.
I thought it ended well. It was probably a bit too short, but everything that you've seen in there, that Scarlet Scarab, Layla turning into that, Tawera's avatar, that was sick. The fight with Harrow at the same time that the fight with Amit and Khonshu's happening, that was sick.
I'd seen somewhere originally Muhammad Diab wanted to set it inside the temple.
Yeah.
The fight with Amit and Khonshu, right? So that fight would have taken place there, and then just outside of the temple, what's his face would be fighting.
Yeah.
But he said if he did that, they wouldn't have gotten to see Cairo at night, which you never get to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful, man.
The only thing that I didn't like that was a bit on the nose was when they were like, "Are you an Egyptian superhero?" Yeah. All right. You know what I mean?
I dress like this on the weekend, mate.
What do you call it? The startup for that fight, though, when it's Steven and he's got the poles, that choreography was really fucking good, man. Yeah.
And the kick that he did at the end was sick.
Yeah. Fucking
Steven
hits those guys, bang, bang,
moves.
bang, bang, and then does the spin.
You think it's Scott Adkins in that mask?
What's it?
You think it's Scott Adkins in that mask?
I don't know. It could even be that does the Mandalorian.
It probably is, actually.
What do you call it? This is the thing that kind of low-key annoyed me, eh? We saw Isaac doing all that fucking training, I didn't see any of that fancy shit, my guy.
You get to see it. That choreography is the choreography on the rooftop in episode 3. That's where that is.
Because you see him do that mad fucking kick in the training too, where he like spins like that and then like does the back kick. I just wanted to see that shit. I wanted to see if Isaac could actually pull it off. I'm calling him Isaac now because we're friends, IRL.
But yeah, man, really good finale. It left me wanting more Moon Knight, to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't get Blade at the end, so somewhere Blade is going to show up.
Yeah, they have to do like the Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When Khonshu was like, "I'd like you to introduce you to my so and so," and the window comes down, I was like, "I'm so fucking happy that wasn't Blade." Just like turns around, just like, and then just fucking goes off.
Blade should never be in the daylight.
Can you imagine that racist shit if Blade was the driver?
Made him wear the hat.
Fuck.
But he's still got the sunnies and the leathers on.
He didn't have to wear that fucking hat.
Are you okay, Fogel? No, man. I should have worn the vest.
And then we had Halo.
Yeah.
Another dog shit episode of Halo this week.
Fucking hell. Like, a Quan Ha-centric episode was never a good idea. The only thing that I'm happy about is that this wraps up her arc now. Hopefully for this season, because I don't give a shit about the portal. Keep it.
John is coming back.
Fuck.
They say it in there. Don't worry, you'll see him again.
It was trash. It really was trash. I don't know why this was dedicated a whole episode.
Shouldn't have been.
It could have been the Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
Like, it should have just been like, do we have an update on Quan Ha? Yes, it appears that on Madrigal, Vincia has been killed by Quan Ha. Awesome for her. Right?
Yeah.
Move it along. I don't need to see any more shit from her, man.
It sounds like they ran out of story midstream, man. I reckon those five episodes is all they had. Now they're just making just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. Like that's all it is.
I wouldn't have minded 5 episodes if they were tight and just chief action pause.
That's it.
I didn't need anything more. What's killing it though is the offer.
Whew.
Like this episode where they lock down Pacino, that guy's Brando was actually quite nice as well.
I was like when at the start of it when he's sitting there talking to them, I was like, this guy's not Brando. But as soon as he what's his face put the tissues in his jaw and everything, and he made him look like a bulldog, and he put on the voice, I was like, nah, this guy is Brando.
Yeah, quite good.
It was quite good.
Because I thought the exact same thing when he came out there with that fucking ponytail.
Yeah.
It's like, nah.
Brando was like that.
Yeah.
It was pretty out there.
I've never seen blonde Brando, to be honest. With the ponytail? I've never seen that side of Brando.
There's there are behind the scenes shots, but they're in black and white. So you can't see what color hair he's got, but he's got longer hair, and he does have the ponytail. Yeah.
That whole sort of subplot where she's like trying to produce, like his missus is trying to produce with him, and he's just like, I don't want to produce with you.
Yeah.
Like, this is my own thing, and I want to do that thing. That was hard.
Yeah.
I love that they actually had that in there.
Yeah. But that would have been the hardest thing for him to do.
Badly.
Right? This is the woman that you love, and she's trying to help you and do all that stuff, but there's just some things you got to do by yourself, man.
Yeah. He even tells fucking Bloodhorn, like, if you don't have a partner or anything, you can't blame anyone else. And he's like, prefer it that way.
That's how I want it.
Yeah. I was like, as soon as he walked out, I don't know why I'm speaking at the TV screen. I was like, and that's how I'd want it too.
For me, as soon as he did it, all I do is just say, "My man." Like, what's his face? It's not the Aquaman one. It's the one from from American
Justice
Gangster.
League. Oh, right.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah.
I do that so many times while I'm watching the show. It's just so good. I tweet it out. You know what I mean? And Paramount liked the tweet.
Didn't like that Halo one.
No, they didn't. No, they did not. Fuck them. But they, but this is for me the best show on streaming right now.
Yeah.
This is the best show streaming right now. I know Ozark and all that sort of stuff came out, but for me, this is the best streaming show right now.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like when it ended, I was like, "Fuck!" Now I gotta wait until next Friday to watch this shit. It was like it's. I'd love like 3-hour episodes of this stuff, so I can just sit there. Like I'm trying to think now because the format is so good. Watching it as a TV show, yeah. Like, how is that movie gonna be?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like they're gonna rush everything into.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna see. I don't know if you'll see the Columbo. Like, the Columbo stuff was amazing this week.
Yeah.
Like, that was scary. The Columbo, like, he just had that guy in the back.
Yeah. That was fucked up. I felt so bad for that guy.
Oh, man.
I didn't even know that they did that.
It's Columbo, man.
But, like, that's like he's in his pocket now. He's got shit on Ruddy.
Yeah.
And Ruddy, like what can he do? You know, he's got to accept it to make the movie.
Yeah. That's the end goal right now. Is just getting this movie done. As soon as he pinned him, I knew, like, that's it now.
Yeah,
he owns Ruddy.
Yeah,
it's so wild, man.
Under the banner of heaven, it's finally caught up. This is fucking fire,
show, man. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Garfield does so well.
He does.
I immediately thought, after watching the episodes, I was like, it would be so easy to make the show almost cultish in how it portrays the Mormon church.
Right.
And they show you both sides. There's the people that the extreme followers, and then like the good things, people. Like the everyday people, the teachings, and the sense of community that they have.
It for me, I'm enjoying seeing religious extremism from the side of a Christian, rather than it being from the lens of the Muslim people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really enjoying that, because we don't get to see that enough.
No, I mean, we got Red State, but that was like almost like the non-Christians and the law versus these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's interesting, like, seeing the history of the Latter-day Saints or Mormons sort of play out at the same time.
Yeah.
It was really, really interesting. Yeah.
But then you kind of like, you see the extremists, right? And they're like, we need blood, and you atone for blood, and like, you know, this person was on the list. But then he's a real fucking idiot. Like, he's dumb.
Yeah, he's dumb. And he's literally just following what he's been told.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of the people are taking the information and then interpreting it how it should be. Right? Like, it's beautiful, this show, though. It looks great.
Yeah.
The Native American, his partner in there is just awesome. Oh.
Yeah.
Machine.
He's the guy fucking Wind River as well.
Yeah. He's also the he's what's his face's partner, Bridges' partner in Hell or High Water.
Ah, yeah, he is too.
He's a machine, that guy.
Yeah,
absolute machine. That's another one that, like, I wait until Friday to watch now. Like,
same.
Yeah,
like that's my 3: The Offer, this, Under the Banner of Heaven, and then Atlanta.
Like, I wait now until 7 o'clock hits. Woo! I have dinner done, everything before 7 on a Friday, so I can just sit down and watch what's supposed to offer, and then Under the Banner of Heaven. Like, it's just, it's just good.
We Own the City, episode 2. It's fucking wild. The scariest shit ever was when that guy tells Bernthal, he was like, the most steadfast and incorruptible platform in this country is the police department. I was like, whoa. Considering all the shifty shit these motherfuckers is doing, it was crazy. I can't believe they were collaring people for just being on the corner.
That's how it is sort of now.
Fuck.
That's what they're fighting to change now. Like, every cop speaks out about the fact that, I mean, they're forced to hit like performance numbers, and as a cop, it's not like my job or somebody else's job where you've got, like, measures that you're supposed to hit. As soon as you put a measure on that work, you start getting the shit that we're seeing.
Yeah.
You get to see the increased traffic stops, the bending of the laws, like all that sort of stuff. That's what we see. That's what that policing sort of generates. It's crazy.
Scary. Fuck, that was scary.
The guy that wrote this, right, is an ex-Baltimore policeman. He's an absolute machine. That's why he knew so much about The Wire and the streets of Boston and how it works and all that, because he lived it. He was in there. He smelt it. He tasted it.
Yeah.
Like, he's an absolute machine, this guy.
Fuck. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's a beast, man.
It's funny how quickly everyone in that gun trace task force is dropping dime on each other, though.
Oh, man.
They did not even hesitate.
The one guy basically got lunch out of them and he was fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. But it's almost like they wanted to tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they had to tell someone about the shit that was going down.
And the only one that's keeping that fucking code is Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, though, because I love how he did the scene about with Bernthal being like his first day and whatnot and all that. And then him, that guy spouting that message about, like, you got to do all that bloody, like, the head breaking and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
He gave him that speech, and then seeing that rhetoric sort of passed down to Bernthal, and then passed down to Bernthal's rookie that he's training as well.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So it's just this vicious cycle that just keeps going around. And the only way to make money here is to, we just lock everyone up and then go to court and take days. And like,
that was the filthy thing. Man. It was like, you want to get paid? You want the overtime? You want the court days? Like,
it's amazing how their system works. And then for people to sort of figure it out, okay, now we're going to game the system.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're going to do, because you won't pay us what we deserve, because they do. I mean, police, like, in general, need to get paid more. Yeah. Our police get paid quite well. Our police start off on $104,000 a year, right? And it only goes up from there. So that's where they start.
Yeah.
It only goes up from there. So our police get paid a lot of money. But we, the cops over there, it's, I mean, like $57,000, $60,000 a year. Like, there's no way I'm doing that job for $60,000 a year.
Yeah.
I'm going into houses. I'm getting abused. I'm bloody pulling babies out of microwaves. Like, I'm not putting myself through trauma like that for that money, which is why people will go crazy and do what they do.
Yeah, that's right. put their hand in the cookie jar. I mean, you see that. Like, I spent $46 on these crabs, and that guy's just like, "You want something to drink? I got like fucking New York strips in there. I got lobster in there. I got all sorts of stuff."
That's it. It was wild. The what's his face though, man. When they had all of those kids on the what's his face, all 7 of those kids, and they were like, which one do we charge?
Yeah.
It was like, fuck it, all of them.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, you guys want to get paid? Fuck it, all of them. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, that was fucked up. Like, you can see that they don't give a shit about mistrust in the police. And that was the other thing that came up, was that you can't even get people to, like, be a clean jury because of that sort of behaviors and them arresting like that. You don't get the tip-offs, you get nothing. And it just, like, the effect throughout the community just fucks everything up.
Yeah. But that's a big part of this as well, is that some of these cops are coming into like different communities. They didn't grow up in the communities. They don't know who the players are. They don't know any of that stuff. You learn that stuff when you're, 10, 12 years old already. By the time that you're 18, 19 years old going into like, a role as a police, and you've got, you've got like, sort of help from the community that you're policing in. Like that's how it should be. But no, it doesn't happen like that anymore. Crazy, man. Crazy. I hate that there's only 4 more episodes of this left.
Same.
Like I'm really, really enjoying it.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm loving the layers. Like I thought they were going to focus straight on like the corruption of these guys, but it's like they're only one part of it. And it's like the flow-on effect to the rest of the city.
But it was crazy because their captain was in on this shit as well.
Yeah.
Right? He was like, he's in the office. He doesn't get anybody overtime or any of that shit.
Yeah.
Like once he gets his cut of this, it's crazy. It's a true story. This really happened.
That's so wild, eh?
Oh, man.
That, like, the best gangster stories are true stories.
Amazing.
So I watched all of Undone season 2, which was a fucking fire season.
Yeah.
Like, you get more Odenkirk, get more the time travel sort of relativity, but also, like, changing things in the past to change things in the future. It just went by really, really quickly. Like, these are 25-minute episodes, and there's only 8 episodes, so it just flew. And then, like, it ends at a point where, like, they could probably just, like, finish it off now.
Okay.
I was excited about it. Atlanta was fucking great. So, Paperboy goes on a fucking trip with Darius in this episode, and they take, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, Nepalese honey. So, Nepalese honey, like, 1 or 2 drops is apparently enough to fucking put you down. Like, on your ass, fucked up.
What the hell is wrong with what's in there?
I think it's like concentrated and also fermented, but also just the properties I think have like a lycanthrope, like hallucinogenic effect.
Right.
So he goes on one of those trips because they eat it in like a bread. Anyways, he goes to this club, right? And you know who's at the fucking club? Liam Neeson. And Neeson talks about that time when he said, I wanted to go out and just kill any black man that I could find.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, because it's actually Neeson. It's not someone doing a Neeson impression. It's actually him.
Wow.
And then he was like, he was saying, like, sort of justifying why he, like, said that. And at the time, like, because of his friend that was raped. Yeah. And then he said, but it's not me that like aggravated it. It's you guys. And then Paperboy's like, sorry, like, I hope we can be cool. And Neeson turns around and he's like, no, I hate the lot of you.
Fucking hell.
Oh, I was like, wow.
Fucking hell. I was like just reading up on that Nepalese honey. So it's not because of the bees or anything like that. It's because the bees feed on rhododendrons in Nepal. And they carry this like cyanotoxin that just when they ingest it, it gets synthesized and turns into the honey from there.
Jesus.
So even a smaller amount will cause lightheadedness and dizziness, but more causes the hallucinations.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get me some Nepalese honey.
The other name for it apparently is mad honey.
Mad honey. Okay.
But when my mate went to he climbed what's the mountain there? He went to base camp there.
Everest.
When he went to Everest at base camp, he had some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I was looking into what, like just in general, is there like some easy sort of climbs you can do before climbing Everest? And they were like, just climb the base camp, but it's like $12,000.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. But that's your meals, that's everything, that's like accommodation. There's a place that you do accommodation first before you go up to base camp. Yeah.
Once in a lifetime.
That's it, man.
True. Imagine the stories of like even just climbing a base camp on fucking Everest would be crazy.
Ange at work did it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Her and Oscar did it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I went to base camp.
This guy made it to, I don't know if it was the summit. I'm guessing it probably wasn't, but he only had like 60% oxygen.
Jesus.
70% oxygen, something like that. And I asked him, like, was it kind of like a spiritual experience? And he was like, yeah, it sort of was. Like that feeling of being that high up and accomplishing this feat, like, just brings you more in line with yourself.
Yeah. What do you
I
call
didn't go
it?
up there to die. I went up there to live.
What do you call it? Shan was talking about it because he turns 40 next year. He's not going to climb Everest or anything, but he's thinking about for his 40th flying over to NZ and doing, because he's getting into mountain biking now. And they've got this track in NZ where you're basically almost close to death all of the fucking time because you're always on the end of like a sheer cliff. So you need to make sure you're always riding like perfectly. He said there's something akin to it here in Melbourne as well. And it's just fucking crazy. He was like, I've never ever felt like more scared but more concentrated in my life having to go through that, because that wasn't going up, it was coming down. So you're going down like fucking really like steep hills whilst like at the end of cliffs and shit like that. That's fucking
cool.
wild. Yeah.
Is there some of those that were just like poo?
Just, I'd ask, like, can I just, like, you know, is there like safety? Is there any, like, do I get to go up there with a bloody parachute or something?
No way.
If shit goes down, like, I'm pulling that chute, dude.
Straight away.
Take 2 or 3 people with me. Cut away that chute and use my backup. They can figure their own shit out. Anyway.
All right.
Who else was on Atlanta there? You said somebody else was on there.
Chet Hacks was on there a couple of weeks back. Last week, actually.
Chetina.
For this episode called Trinity to Bone.
My man.
But, like, he had, like, this really strong accent, and then they're like, wow, you actually from, like, Trinidad and Tobago? And he's like, no, from Upper East Side, New York. But it's so funny how they're getting these actors or these personalities to play a role that like really kind of lampoons some of the real shit that they've done. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I need to start watching again.
But that episode, the Trinity to the Bone, like that's my favorite episode this season.
Jeez. Have you noticed that Gambino's like shaved his head now and everything?
No.
Yeah, he's got a shaved head now. He was on what's LeBron's thing, Big Dog?
Shop.
Yeah, he was on there, and he's just got a shaved head, and then he's got the beard.
Yeah. Yeah, he's completely bald. He was on Kimmel not too long ago.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a wrap. Love your follow us on all social media out there: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok as well. Doing a lot of tings on TikTok.
Yeah, a lot of funny things on there. A lot of funny things.
Yeah, follow us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for rocking with us. Catch us on... Fuck, I already said that. Fuck, this COVID, man, is just warping it out of his mind badly.
Open your mind.
Fucking big Kawato comes out of my stomach. Love yourself and love movies.
Yep. Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.